Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to try to make another foil inlay, but this one I want to make a wave pattern because I'm going to be making a custom one for this cutting board template that I have, or silicone mold from Let's Resin. So what I have here is a paintbrush of relatively, medium size. It's a 3/4 or 3/4 inch paintbrush, and I've measured it, and it comes just about below the surface of the cutting board. So what I'm going to do is put the paintbrush down, and I've been, pardon the crinkling, it's foil, it's noisy. So I've made a piece of foil big enough to fit inside the cutting board. And what I'm going to do is just very gently press around the paintbrush to give it sort of a rounded shape. Then I'm just going to move it around underneath and keep pressing just to get the general shape of the wave, and trying to keep things as straight as I can. So now what I can do, that I have sort of a general shape, is go through and sort of massage, if you will, the shape of the wave gently. And I don't want to make it too tall because I don't want it to come over the top of the board. So just sort of maneuvering the general shapes themselves. And meanwhile, what I can do is make my borders, and I don't mind if I get some subtle crinkles because it's water. Water's crinkly. But I'm trying to keep it as straight as I can. But this allows me to make the exact shape that I'm looking for. So I know that it will fit inside of the board where I want it. And I'm making it a little bit short because, sand. But that gives me the shape that I want, if that makes sense. That gives me the size that I'm looking for. So now I can go in and make my subtle wave pattern. Going along underneath with my finger. To give it that raised curve. I'm happy with that subtle pattern. So I'm just gonna, again, go through and gently shape my edges, trying not to overlap the foil so it gets trapped underneath itself, Can you see kind of what I'm doing there? Yeah? Okay. All right, I'm going to make up some silicone and I'll be right back. Okay. before I pour my silicone in, I made 4 ounces of my Tea Expert 10A. Before I pour that in, I want to discuss something. This is going to be the bottom of my inlay, right? So when you pour it in, this is going to be the flat side. Flip your mold over. This is going to be the pattern that is going to be on the top. So make sure you're happy with it. And if you're not, for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to go in and you can see, just make changes. If you don't like it, make changes. One thing about this is it's very easy to make subtle changes if you want subtle changes. That's one thing that I like about the foil is because you have a little more leeway. You have a little more opportunity to customize it. Make it exactly what you want. So this pattern, I'm happy with. Subtle waves. Nothing big, huge, nothing, major. So I'm going to flip it back over, make sure that I have it seated well into my mold, that it's nice and flat. And that way, I know that I still have the shape that I want. I have the height that I want. So that looks good to me. I'm going to get out, my press and seal because this is, just in case I do have a leak in the foil, it'll go onto the press and seal and I don't have to worry about it messing with my mold. Now that I have that done, just going to double check my walls. Make sure that I have it as flat as I can. And now I'm going to pour my silicone. So again, 4 ounces of my Tea Expert 10A. And this is only going to be a very thin inlay. Because again, I don't want it to go over the sides of my, I don't want it to go above the rim of my mold. Just going to start pouring it in. And I only made up 4 ounces initially because I wasn't exactly sure how much it was going to take. So now I see that I have some bits that are higher than the silicone. So that tells me that, it's not done up here. So I'm going to go make some more real quick. All right. Made another 4 ounces up. I know that it'll stick to itself very well. And I mixed up my silicone for about 4 minutes. So now that allows me to go in, get those high spots. And of course, silicone is self-leveling, just like resin. So it'll find its way where it needs to go, or where it wants to go. Okay, so now that that's in, if I see any super high points, what I can do is just go in, make little adjustments, gently, 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 make little adjustments. If you find that the mold is too big, or you want to change the shape on the fly, then you can. Like if I wanted to make it a little bit shorter, just gently go in and change the size, change the shape. It's your world, Bob Ross. Paint your happy little clouds. Now, I've got everything covered. I'm still happy with the shape, making gentle touches. All right, so that's that. So I'm going to go ahead and let that cure. Should take, with this size and thickness, it should take a few, a couple hours, 2 hours, 3 hours. So yeah, I'll see you back when it's done. All right, let's get it out. And see how it came out. Look at that. Very, very awesome. Very awesome. I like that a lot. Stop. Yeah, I like that a lot. It turned out really well. So, here is our mold. Oop, I have it turned around the wrong way. Or do I? I actually do. Well, you can put it in there however you want. Look at that. Fits beautifully. Nice and snug. So now all we need to do is make a project. So that'll be on our next episode. Thank you guys so much for being here. I appreciate it as always, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one. Take care, guys. Cheers.